Hey guys, it's Alexis, your weight loss nutritionist bestie, and today I want to talk about sourdough. Now, what exactly is sourdough? Is sourdough even healthy if you're trying to lose weight? I have the answer. So first, let's take a look at my starter, and this is about 1 week old. Now, in order to make this sourdough starter, it's really not complicated. I'm gonna make a video about that, but it's really just flour and water and making sure that the lid is ajar so that all of the good bacteria can feed on your starter. You hear that? It's hollow at the bottom. That's a good indication that your sourdough starter is ready for baking. Now, you can see here that the bubbles are forming, which is great because that means that the good bacteria are feeding on the flour and they're actually creating a small colony in here of good bacteria. That's what you want to ingest. That is going to lessen the effects of gluten if you have a gluten sensitivity. I'm not saying to go for sourdough bread if you have insulin sensitivity or really trying to lose weight. But if you're someone that really wants to have a piece of bread now and then, and you find that other breads sort of make you feel bloated, try sourdough because it may be the best option for you. Now, what exactly is sourdough? It's basically the leavening of bread using a fermentation process that uses lactobacilli and yeast. All that to say that basically this is a small colony of good bacteria that you do want to try and formulate before making the bread. Therefore, you're reaping all the benefits of what sourdough can provide to you. During the fermentation process, the wild yeast and bacteria in the starter produce carbon dioxide, and this is what causes the dough to rise. Unlike bread made with commercial yeast, sourdough requires more time for the fermentation process. It takes around 7 days for it to truly get to a point where you want to use it and it's going to give you all of the satisfaction of creating the sourdough. Now, there are a couple reasons why you would want to choose sourdough bread even if you are in a weight loss phase. The first being satiety. Because the bread is a little more dense, you could feel the effects of satiety because it's going to create fullness in your belly. Digestibility. Now, this is interesting because the fermentation process actually breaks down some of the gluten and phytic acid found in wheat, which in turn might make it easier for some people to digest. The last benefit could be the blood sugar impact. Some people do say that their blood sugar remains pretty much steady after having some sourdough bread, which is exactly what we want, especially if we're trying to lose weight. So today we're going to take my sourdough starter and we're not adding any more flour to it. I wanted to create just like a really simple 1 skillet dish using the sourdough starter, an egg, and some salt. And let me take you through that process and show you how yummy and delicious it can be. Here we have the finished product. Let's open it up and take a bite. So what does sourdough taste like? It's almost like tangy, nutty. It has a really robust, rich flavor, especially with the rosemary. It's really good. And why not give your gut some good bacteria, some probiotics, and therefore you're going to grow your colony of good bacteria and you will then crave nutrient-dense whole foods, which is exactly what you want. It may even help you limit the amount of processed foods that you crave. So cheers to sourdough and happy cooking.